going to be doing this Chit Chat Autumn Get Ready With Me for this makeup look. I have decided to do a autumn makeup tutorial today because I love autumn makeup so much. It's some of my favourite makeup to film and I thought you guys would really like a tutorial on it. So I did a tutorial with two different lips, one kind of red matte lip and then one nude liquid lipstick, and I love it so much. I never really wear reds like this. I normally wear like purple toned reds, so this is a little bit of a different look for me. I really hope you guys enjoy the video and let's just get started. The first product I'm going to start off with is my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and this is a colour correcting concealer in a green shade because as you can see my skin isn't actually all one colour, it's actually quite red, so you can see how much I've used of this, and I just pop this on my areas where it's a little bit red and it can show through the foundation sometimes, and this just counteracts all of it out and just makes it look a lot more smooth. And then I'm going to use my Real Techniques sponge just to blend this all in. It does leave like a bit of a green layer on top of your skin, but as long as you use a high coverage foundation then that really shouldn't matter. You don't have to blend it in completely like I said either, because it is used to cover the redness, so once you think it's covered you can kind of just stop blending, and as you can see it's left a bit of a green layer, but that's absolutely fine. And then I am going to go in with my foundation. So today I'm going to be mixing two foundations together. I'm going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear, which I'm loving at the moment, and the brand new Body Shop Matte Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation. Now together I like them. On their own they are good, but I prefer to mix foundations as you can see this is a little bit too orange and this is a bit too light, so when I mix them together they give me the perfect shade. So I just like to mix them on my hand, so I just get one and a little bit of a pump of the MAC one, and then I just add quite a bit of this one because the MAC one's quite thick, and don't get me wrong, I like thick foundation, but then I have to be able to blend it. It has to be very dewy looking on my skin, so that's why I just use a bit of the Body Shop one mixed in, and then I just mix it in together on the back of my hand, being careful not to blend it into my hand because I don't want to lose any product, and then just pop it all over my face. I also forgot to mention I have already filled in my eyebrows, so I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow to fill them in. I actually used to use the Ardell brow pomade, and that's so good, and then it ran out and then I just never ended up buying a new one. So in the meantime, while like I couldn't get to the shop and buy a new one, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and I actually really like it. It's not my favourite thing in the world. That was so close, but it does the job, and still I can get the Ardell one because the Ardell one isn't stocked in my town, so I have to go like to the next town over to go and get it. But yeah, I mean it's really good. I can't get the fade as well as I used to be able to, but I still like it. And then I just take my Real Techniques sponge again and I'm just going to blend this all over my face. This does give quite good coverage, not like amazing coverage and not the best, but it's okay. My favourite foundation is actually the L'Oreal True Match foundation, but because I use that in all my makeup tutorials I wanted to try something different and kind of get a bit of a first impression, because I've actually only used this Body Shop foundation like 1 or 2 times. So I normally mix the MAC one with the Body Shop one, but I don't know, it's okay, but this isn't my favourite combination in the world. I normally do my eyebrows after I've done my foundation, so this is actually quite hard to go around them because I normally do my foundation, concealer, set it with powder, then while the powder's setting fill in my eyebrows. But my eyebrows take me a while and I can never get them right on camera. That's why I've done them before. Now once all your foundation looks blended, it is a little bit streaky, so I'm going to have to blend that when I've got my concealer on. Now I'm going to go in with concealer. So this is actually the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I've never used this, so this is going to be a bit of a first impression if it goes wrong. So I've heard quite a few things that this pumps quite a lot out in one pump, so I'm going to be very, very careful. Like I said, this is my first time using it, that's why I'm having to pump it quite a few times. But I can feel it coming up now. That barely gave me anything. Maybe they've changed it. Let me pump it again. Okay, if you're very, very careful, then you won't get too much. But that was nowhere near as much as I thought was going to come out from what I see on like online and stuff when people let it out. Because they say that's the thing. The concealer's really good, but it just gives out too much. But okay, I guess we'll try this. This is also a little bit too dark for me. So I might have to go in with a bit of a lighter foundation as well, but let's give it a go. I actually quite like that. That's not too bad. It's not exactly brightening because, as I said, it is the wrong shade for me. Well, it's not the wrong shade, it's just not as light as I usually go. This is like exactly the right shade, but I prefer it to be a bit lighter just so you can tell the difference, but actually this is really nice. I really like this. It's very dewy, it's very easy to blend. It's quite smooth looking and it doesn't look as though it's leaving like any streaks or anything, so this might be a win-win situation with this concealer. Yeah, you know what guys, I really like that concealer. I think I'm going to start using that on an everyday basis because I thought the colour match was going to be worse than it actually is. It's actually quite a good match. Then to set all of my foundation in place, I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This stuff is incredible. End of. I love it so much. I'm just going to take this on my same sponge as well, as I am going to be starting a new sponge after this video because I recently got a load of beauty blenders. So I just pop this powder under my eyes, on my nose, around the edges of my nose as my makeup tends to crease a lot there, on my chin, and then a little bit on my forehead because I don't really need to set my makeup that much on my cheeks and stuff because I don't really get oily there. It's just a lot in my T-zone that I get very oily and it's so annoying. So now all of that is setting, I'm going to move on to my eyes because I feel like this needs to set for a long time so it actually looks really smooth and stuff, so let's do my eye makeup. For my eyes I'm going to be using two different palettes. So I'm going to be using the Violet Voss Pro palette and then the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I'm definitely going to use the Violet Voss. I don't know about the Urban Decay Heat one, but I've got it with me just in case. And then I'm going to be using my Real Techniques eyeshadow brushes. So I've got the angle brush, the base shadow brush, and then the another base shadow brush. Are these the same? Nearly the same. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the angle brush and I'm just going to blend a colour through my crease. I would prime my eyelids, but they've been primed with concealer and foundation, and I know you're not actually meant to put concealer or foundation on your eyelids, but I've realised I've done it anyway, so I'm going to have to just kind of like go over that. So with the Violet Voss palette, I think I'm going to take the shade Bestie, which is this one just here, and I'm just going to blend this through my crease just as a transition shade and a base to start off with. Violet Voss eyeshadows are extremely pigmented and you really do not need to put your brush in the pan more than 3 or 4 times to get a lot of colour out. Like, this is such a nude shade and I've already got loads on my eyelids, so I don't even want this shade to show up that much. I'm really like torn whether to do red or orange. I think I'm going to do orange because I always do red. Kind of like an orangey gold look today. Once I've blended that up as high as I want it and it's super soft, then you can do the other eye. The shade Bestie is so beautiful because it's not exactly like a red toned brown, it's more of an orange toned brown, which is exactly what I wanted. They've got some reddy toned browns in here, but I feel like they don't actually look brown, they look red when I put them on my eye. But these browns look super nice and super subtle. Like, even if you just wanted to put this brown in your crease, put your mascara on, it would just add a nice bit of definition which you didn't already have. So I've got that shade on my eyelid and that looks really nice. It just looks very soft, and then I need to darken my crease up. So I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade, and this is Are You Kidding Me? Just looks like this. It's a bit of the same brown, but it's actually like a darker form of that brown, if that makes any sense. It's actually quite a lot darker. So I'm just going to blend that in the outer third of my eye. I don't know whether I'm going to like sharpen the edge of my eyeshadow today or leave it soft. I'm still very undecided. And that just looks super pretty and blended. And then do the exact same on the other eye. I thought I'd zoom in the camera so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Hashtag, and this is just a really bright cerise orange, and I'm going to try and put this on top of the brown. The brown was a lot more pigmented than I thought and actually spread a lot more, so I don't know how much of this orange we're going to need, but let's try it. So it's actually quite pigmented when you pop it on top, and I don't really want to like drag this that far because I think I might put it in my inner corner. So I just want to kind of put this on the outer V and lightly blend this, and then I can darken it up with a shade of brown. This is a super nice orange. It's not as vibrant as it would be if there wasn't a brown underneath it, but considering I'm piling this on top of each other, it is still very pigmented. Once those shades are on and they're all blended to how you would like, I'm then going to darken it up in the outer corner, and I think I'm going to go in with the shade Teddy Bear. Now this is, if you can see it, a very strong pigmented brown, so I really don't know how this is going to go. This is just to add a little bit more definition to my eye, just to make sure it doesn't look so orangey, and that is actually a really nice shade. Now on the base of my lids I currently have nothing, so I kind of want to make it quite shimmery. So there's a really beautiful shade in this palette called Toffee, but I think I'm going to start off with the shade Awesome Sauce, which is just this gold one here, and it looks a lot more orangey on camera but it's quite golden. And I'm just going to blend this starting from the outer third all into the inner third, and I'm hopefully going to make it lighter as it goes across, and then we'll add on the top the shade Toffee. Wow, okay, that's a really nice shade. And then we'll just add that on my other eye as well, as I don't want it to be so white. I want it to be very like autumny and very dark. And then I'm just going to add the shade Toffee right in the outer third, just to make it a little bit more chunkier and golden, as to me it's not quite shimmery enough yet. And as you can see, this Toffee shade just adds that shimmer you're looking for. That is basically the eye look I'm going to go for today. It's just quite, not really subtle, but very autumny, and you can see the colours which are blended, which I really like. Most of the powder is actually setted in my makeup at this point, but I just like to do this just to make sure it's all blended in. It's all very soft and very fluttery and nice. I'm then going to go in with my Benefit's Hoola bronzer. This is one of the best bronzers. I swear by this. I love it so much. In my last makeup tutorial, I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and it's really good. I use it every day, but I don't want to keep using the same stuff for you guys. I want to use a mixture of products, so I'm going to use this today, and this is so good. As you can see, it's just quite a subtle contour, but it just adds a lot of colour back to my face, as I am quite pale, as you guys can probably tell. I'm now going to go in with a blush, and this is the MAC blush in Desert Rose. Saffron actually told me to get this. She was like, Anna, it's incredible, you're going to love it. So I got it, and don't get me wrong, it's incredible. Then I'm going to go in with something new, which I've only swatched. I haven't actually properly tried it yet. And this is the Revolution X Sophie's Nails palette. Sophie has done incredible with these palettes, and I love it so much. So I'm going to use a mixture of the top shades today, as I love a kind of like light whitey glow, and I've swatched them and these are incredible. So oh my god, that's so pretty. It's not like a blinding glow, but it's very subtle, but it's very, very pretty. Oh my god, I love that. That's incredible. Then I'm just going to pop that on my Cupid's bow, as well, as I love a highlighter Cupid's bow. And of course I have to pop it on the end of my nose. By the way, this golden shade here, this one here, is my favourite shade. That's super, super pigmented, and I love icy white highlight as well. So, and then I just go over with my Body Shop fan brush and just make sure all of that is blended in and it doesn't look too cakey, and you guys know what I mean. Now I've done my base, I'm going to go back in with some eyeliner. Now I really don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Precise eyeliner. I really want to get the Kat Von D tattoo liner, so if you think that's good, please let me know down below, because I'm currently living on this and it is on the verge of running out. This eyeliner is really good. The only thing is it finds it kind of hard to stay as black and travel over the eyeshadow, which is really annoying. That's my eyeliner done. I need to clean up all of the eyeshadow underneath, and then it will be perfect. I just need to kind of sharpen it off. So I'm just going to do the other eye, and then I will show you guys my lashes. Now all my eyeliner is done and I've cleaned up all of the excess eyeshadow. I'm going to blend a little bit of eyeshadow underneath. So I think I'm going to go in with the orangey shade, just so it's very pigmented, it's a little bit more vibrant, because my eyes are looking pretty dark and I don't want them to be that dark. I want them to be quite autumny. This is one of the hardest parts I find to do, like blending eyeshadow beneath my eye. It just never seems to blend like it does for everybody else on YouTube. And then I'm also going to try and take a little bit of that toffee shade and blend that in my inner corner underneath my eye, because I want it to be quite glittery, quite vibrant. That has blended so nicely. I think it's literally just finding a really pigmented shade. I'm then going to go in with some lashes. So I'm going to use my Red Cherry lashes in Birmingham, and I really like these. They're quite light, they're quite fluttery. So I'm just going to pop these on with my pink duo lash adhesive and then blend them with some mascara. Now I don't know if you guys can see, but I actually have these lashes on and they're super lightweight that you can't really see them, and I'm the type of person that really likes like big bold eyelashes. I'm going to have to add a lot of mascara. So this is the L'Oreal Mega Volume Miss Baby Roll mascara. So I'm going to do this eye first because I put the eyelashes on this eye first, just so these had a little bit longer to dry. And I'm just going to pop this and blend them all together just so it adds a little bit more definition. I want them very black. Now my eyes are done, I can move on to lipstick. So you can either go for a nude lip or you can go for a red lip. I think I'm going to start off with a nude lip, then try it with a red lip, possibly. So this is the Too Faced Melted Latex Liquid Lipstick, and I've never actually used this before, so I'm very excited to try this. I don't usually wear liquid. I always wear matte, so this is going to be very interesting, and let's see how it applies. Literally feels like so tight, but I love the shade. As you can see, the colour is quite light compared to my eyes, but I really like it. It's not very autumny, but it's a really pretty shade. Just going to do my top lip and then we can see the overall look. That is the finished lip. It's a very nude lip and it's quite pinky compared to the eye, so I do like it. This is much more of a daytime lip, I feel. I'm then also going to try this MAC lipstick shade in Diva just to see whether the eye look looks better with a nude lip or a matte dark lip. I forgot what it was called. I love this colour so much. So that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember to give it a huge thumbs up. If you do want to know where any of these products are from, or you do want to buy all the products, all of the products will be linked down below in the description box and take you directly to the website where you can go and buy them. I love you all so much, and I will see you next Sunday at 10 AM for a brand new video. Mwah. Bye!